to do it here in Glasgow, I mean, there were fractions of a second between silver and bronze there. It looked to me like you got there on crowd power.
Definitely. I mean, with 200 to go, I kind of looked back and I thought, right, I've got bronze. Just give it everything to try and get up onto Henrik's shoulder, and it took me a lot to just get onto his shoulder, and then round the bend it just erupted, and it was kind of like it does kind of pick you up and chuck you towards the line.
This has got to be one of the sweetest medals of your career, surely, to do it here in Glasgow.
Definitely. I mean, it's obviously every medal is different in the way it kind of, what it took to get there, but I got my first 2 European medals kind of as a rookie on the scene, and now I'm kind of the old boy, so it's good to kind of get back on the medal stand and be rewarded for 4 years of hard work.
Can you explain how hard it's been to get back to this point for you?
No, not really. I mean, it's kind of hard to. I think any athlete would know, any athlete at this level would know what I mean. But it's those kind of after Europeans outdoors last year, I was in a pretty dark place, and if it wasn't for my wife and my son and my parents and siblings and my support team, then I would have given up for sure. It's kind of one of those where you're like, I sat on the wall in Berlin with my mum and my dad, and it was like, this is too hard. It's not worth it anymore. I'd been gone from that point for 3 months away from my wife and my son, and I was like, nah, it's not worth it. Obviously, another couple of weeks go by, and you get back into it, and you pick yourself up, and you go again. But that's. Yes, it's not an easy thing to come back from kind of disappointment after disappointment and being in a good place and still being disappointed. So I'm glad to kind of come in fit and healthy and actually show what I'm capable of.
What does this push you to in terms of the summer still? 15, or do you think?
Yeah, I mean, definitely makes me think, and maybe I'll consider doing both. 400 and 800. Now, maybe I'll consider doing 515 and 5, and I love that. I enjoyed the 3K. The 15 can be hard sometimes because it's not always the toughest or the strongest that wins it or gets a medal. It's people who didn't necessarily go for the win, and they come into the home straight and they can pick up 10 guys in the home straight. The 3K and the 5K are more the toughest and the strongest on the day. They get rewarded more often than not, and so it's a bit more it's a bit more predictable, and that's nice.
Do you mean you'll have to medal for everyone in the family?
Yes, baby number 2 is coming along right in the middle of the track season, so that'll keep them interested.
You and Henrik didn't win last in the heat either, and also you did a big Q&A. Is that all you've got? Is that all you've got?
Yeah, I think I've known Henrik for years now, and Ingebrigtsen can sometimes get a bit of a bad name as such for being overconfident and all of that, but they back it up all the time, and as an athlete you can respect that, and you hope they don't, but they always do. So Henrik and I have known each other for a while, and we've always had good banter, and yesterday I got some criticism for trying to win the heat and kind of going a wee bit hard to try and win the heat, but with 150 to go today, I thought, I know I can do this today yesterday, and that's sometimes all it needs is that kind of memory of it, and it's right there in the front of your mind, and that's kind of along with the crowd kind of threw me across the line. Not quite as literally as thrown across as Henrik, but
you had it, or did you?
Nah. I mean, I thought I had it with 10 to go, and then when he threw, I was like, expletive, and thought he might have got me there, but I'm glad I managed to hold on silver.
Do you have the talent to see past him tomorrow with the double at 18?
I don't. If I had any money to put on it, I would. I've got. Honestly, I think Neil's in with a great shot at a medal. It's something I'll need. Personally, for me, and hopefully he doesn't see this and doesn't put him off, but for me, I have to do something wrong to not get a medal, which is a great spot to be. So I'm excited for Neil, but Jakob will be hard to beat. He's an animal.
Your wife and child here, or?
No, my wife's like 22 weeks pregnant, and Ronan's a mental case, so it's he's non-stop. So he would have already done about 50 laps at the stadium, so it's a bit hard for a halfway pregnant wife to take care of a Tasmanian devil.
So you kind of what, a Skype call, or you sleeping, or what's
no, they're 6 hours behind, so I'll be able to FaceTime them all night because there's no way I'll be sleeping.
Chris, one last one. This might be wrapped up tomorrow with the double from Laura Muir. Can you just describe what that is?
There's nothing more positive in my whole entire life that Laura will win tomorrow. Not only will she win, she'll demolish it and make it look easy. So that's the one thing I know in the world to be 100% true, is that Laura will win tomorrow.
And the achievement of that is just off the scale.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, you know, I was talking to Terence, my coach, last night, and he was saying, you know, make sure that when you get to the bell, it's just 26, 27 seconds of just push right through the line instead of seeing the finish line and trying to get to it, because I'll tie up and you know, then 5 minutes later I watched Laura just obliterate. Her last 50 was probably the fastest 50 of that whole last lap, and that's how it's done. And so that was kind of enough for me to be like, again, front of your mind, that's what you need to do, get it done. And probably didn't actually run as fast as she did over the last lap, but the last thing you need on top of Jakob is Laura coming in our races. So
she's helped you get silver as well, effectively.
For sure. I mean, and the whole team, honestly, and this might sound a bit cliche, but the team environment's great. You know, it's you know, Guy has been a great captain for us, and kind of all the event-specific coaches have been really helpful in just kind of making sure that it's an enjoyable experience, and it's been a blast. It's been fun.
Superb.